Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another lamp oil stock video. We're looking at different Hebrew Israelite issues, and today we wanted to talk about something else, another one. Another a news story, I guess, is what you want to say.
Um, there's a new story that's out, and it's about these Native American Indians and a group of white boys from some school. And the I read the news story, and it's just been bothering me. It's troubling my spirit. Now, I'm not one to do news stories because most of the time I feel that whatever is going on in the news is a lie, and it's put there to distract your attentions from what really needs to be dealt with and looked at. So I'm not really trying to get people to come and listen to what I have to say because I got some flashy headline that everybody's interested in, because I feel like you're just running away from what's important. But in this story, I don't care about the Native Americans or the white people. They made the story, and in that story, they mentioned Hebrew Israelites. And when I read the story, it kind of upset me because they have the Native Americans, and they give their side and they talk to someone from that group. They have the white kids from the school, they give their side and they talk to someone from that group. But they mention the Hebrew Israelites and they don't give their side. They just say some things that these Hebrew Israelite people were saying, which was very negative and derogatory, I must agree. And but they don't talk to anybody from their group, and they just give this, oh well, they were doing this. And I feel like that's very biased reporting. I also feel like it leads people who haven't heard of our group to this negative impression without really getting to know who Hebrew Israelites are, because of course we're not all the same, and I feel like that was intentional. And then today they have another news story where they're trying to lay out who we are in that news story, but we were not relevant enough in that news story to even get a voice. So why are we being thrown back in the news? And of course, it is another biased statement on Hebrew Israelites. But I feel like it's not the news people's fault, to a sense. I mean, they are evil. Evil people do evil things. You should expect evil coming from evil people. But as a Hebrew Israelite, you should be wise as a serpent and not allow yourself to be caught up in the midst where this could happen to you. And I just don't feel like a lot of our people are paying attention and using wisdom when it comes to dealing with the world and being the type of people that we are supposed to be. I have been talking to my family about characteristics of a person, and that's not just people saying they're Hebrew Israelites, but it's how do people from the Bible that we know to be good people carry themselves and act? What are the characteristics? How are those people? What do they do? What type of people are they? And a lot of times I see Hebrew Israelites and they have a lot of negative characteristics and they don't seem to mesh. So like I said, the story was troubling. So I went into the Bible and I went to Matthew 10. And I'm going to start out. I hate just kind of reading a verse, so I'm going to read a few verses. I'm going to start at Matthew 10, verse 5. And it says, "These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they shall deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Excuse me. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So I'm going to stop there, and that was verse 22. So I read Matthew 10, verses 5 through 22. And when I read this, it tells me that we are supposed to be going and spreading the Most High's word. And I agree with that. But some of these Hebrew Israelites, they're standing out on street corners. And they're standing out on street corners not where the Hebrew Israelites are, but mainly where the Gentiles are. And then they yell and they scream and they holler and they say all of these mean, horrible things. Where is the wisdom in that? Where is the understanding of what the Most High wants in that? Show me in the Bible where our people did that, where we went to our oppressor and yelled that we hated them and that they were going to burn in hell and we were going to kill them and we were going to enslave them and that we were going to rape them, and called them all types of mean, nasty things. Wise as serpents. Christ, he gave some sermons where he spoke in public, but the words that he used were meant only for the Hebrew Israelites to understand. He said bad things about the other nations, against the Gentile, the heathens, but he didn't say it so overtly to draw their ire, to draw their attention. And we sit out there and we're asking and we're yelling at these people who have power over us and saying all of these things. How can we expect them not to come and attack us and to kill us and to put us in jail? It says to go house to house, inquiring of people who want to know the truth. Where are we doing that when we are just screaming and yelling at everyone? Oh, you see them out there and a white person walks through and they just start yelling these horrible things. How are we bringing people to the Most High doing that? I didn't come to this truth because I found some people yelling about the Hebrew Israelites on the street. I came to it on my own. But I know as a Christian, if I had walked down the street and seen these brothers, the way that they spoke to people, not just the other nations, but to their own people.
That's the one. That's it right there.
I would have never listened to anything they had to say.
We've seen more than a few videos where a lot of times you'll have a sister or somebody that's not into the truth, had no knowledge of it at all, and they're calling them out on all types of laws that they don't even know about, or they're talking about the way that they're dressed or something to that effect. And instead of talking to them in love and saying, hey, what would be better would be modesty, or would be this point of view, they are simply saying, you're evil, you've got to change everything about you, and I'm not going to even explain to you why. You just need to do this. Just make that happen. As if you've explained some sort of groundwork or something.
Or as if I have to believe everything you say just because you said it.
Right.
But it says, into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into a house, salute it. So it says, when you come to somebody, you show them respect. There is no respect in yelling and screaming and calling somebody out of their name. And there's a difference between my voice is raised because I'm excited about what I'm saying, or I'm trying to get across a point. Because, my voice does that even if I'm not trying to be nasty. But what they do, and a lot of these encounters that I've seen, they are just being rude and loud and nasty because they feel like they are better than the people they are talking to. Whether it's other Hebrew Israelites or if it is the heathen. So it says, first you're supposed to show respect. And then it says, if the house that you come to is worthy, then let your peace be with those people. But if it's not, take your peace with you. Where is the peace that I'm seeing out here? I've seen one of the groups that I look at, every time I've seen him outside and he's been talking, even when people disagree with him, he is respectful. Even when those people don't deserve, in my opinion, respect, he is respectful. And it doesn't seem as if he's just trying to get attention for him or his group. But a lot of these groups, I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like, oh, we're here together, we're having a good time, let's get loud and rowdy. And very little of the Most High is there. They've forgotten their mission. So now when I go to this news story and they said that the Hebrew Israelites were saying all of these mean, negative, derogatory statements to these boys, I can say, well, I've seen plenty of videos that have me seeing that type of stuff happening, so I can believe it. But that makes me feel bad. These people, we are not supposed to be doing this too. We're not supposed to, because we're only supposed to be going to our people. So what difference does it make if there's another group of people around? Why are you in that place to begin with? I'm not saying you can't go to that place, but talking to those boys was not the purpose that the Most High sent you for. He didn't send you to say anything to those people. He sent you to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and that's where you're supposed to be. There's where your focus is supposed to be at, not on some heathens. So that's really all I had to say. This thing that's going on in our community, as people who call themselves Hebrew Israelites is just very disturbing for me. And, you know, I know some people say, well, I'm not going to call myself a Hebrew Israelite anymore. But I am who I am. Nothing's going to change that. But there's a lot of people out there who are hurting us. And either, I don't know if they're doing it intentionally or not, but we need to evaluate who we are as individuals and as a group and do better.
Hey guys, thank y'all so very much for listening. This has been Lamp Oil Stock. You can catch us on YouTube, Black Junction,
Meta Cafe,
some other places. Also, we just want to thank you all so very much for tuning in and watching. We've gotten, you know, quite a bit of views and things out there. Thank you also for everything you guys do, and have a great day.
Bye.